Well, when you see that face and that name on your TV screen, it means it's time for Movies with JP Sebastian. JP, it's great to have you here.
Great to be here.
You know what? There's something about this cold, rainy weather, cold fronts, and just a little bit of end of winter that screams, oh, just watch a movie. Just stay, or maybe go to the big screen. Go to the big screen, watch a movie. And I know that you're here to tell us some of the current things showing and some of the new things releasing today. So basically, this weekend, when you go to the movies, these are some of JP's favorite options.
All the options, in fact. Well, I mean, aside from obviously there's a bunch that go months and months back, but these are including... Tell you what, Dragon Ball Super Superhero.
That's the one. I keep wanting to say Dragon Ball Z, but it's Dragon Ball Superhero.
Most people will know it as that. I feel a bit of FOMO, actually, with this show, because I feel like I've missed a boat, because a lot of my friends are into it, and you know, our sound guy, Chad, all he wants to talk about is Dragon Ball, but actually this looks pretty darn good. Budget looks like it's cranked, because all I remember from Dragon Ball Z is a lot of the like flat colors and very little detail, and it was very raw, like same five moves in fights. However, first time that it's got sort of a 3D CG adaptation. Usually everything was 2D in the past, and my goodness, this looks good.
It does look good.
Like it looks like, because obviously it's adapted from the manga being the comics, like the kind of care that the comic drawer, the illustrator would put on every single frame, the shading, the sketching, like I again, like total FOMO. I wish I knew this universe. I've got a lot of catching up to do. It's a show that's run since like 1986.
It's a show that I grew up with.
For real?
Dragon Ball Z. My brother was such a big fan, and because he was the hog of the remote, I was forced to watch it because there was only one TV in the house.
So did it end up in Dragon Ball fights?
Invested, and you would reenact the fights, and it was just such a typical brother-sister relationship. I hope he knows that this movie is out.
I'm sure that you're about to scream it from the mountaintops, because, oh, and by the way, I suppose I should tell you a little bit about who's doing what and whatever, but the Red Ribbon Army returns, if that means anything to anyone. Previously, Goku beat them when he was a little kid back in the 80s. Now, I see some nodding on set. This is a good sign. This means we've got some nerds with us today. And now Gohan, the son of Goku, has to take on this force the same way his father did when he was younger. But looks really epic. I'm pretty impressed, and it looks like it could give a run for its money to the superhero movies. I mean, if you're putting the word super in your title twice, it's like you're drawing a line in the sand. Guys, might put Thor to shame, who knows. The cinematography looks good, if you can put it that way. The framing, the kinesis, the energy of it all. FOMO, man. Seriously, I wish I grew up in your household and had fights with you and your brother. It looks really impressive.
It was really fun. Now, moving on to the next movie currently on the big screens, it is After Ever Happy. This one is it's a bit of a tongue twister, because you want to say Ever After. Now it's After Ever Happy.
Don't happily ever after?
Yeah, normally you would say Happily Ever After, but this is just After Ever Happy.
I feel like I have a concussion every time I read this title. Do you know anything about this series? Because this is the 4th movie in the series.
Is
this on your radar?
It's not on my radar, but it looks like typical rom-com.
Well, no, not so much the more like the canoodling. So it's, I think in the vein of something like 50 Shades, but...
Oh, okay. Canoodling.
Yeah. Canoodling is putting it mildly, I think. Canoodling with more leather. Weirdly for me, like maybe I'm being too old-fashioned and the teens can shout at me. We've got some teens on set, and I'm sure that they'll be fans of this. I see some nods. We got some after fans from the dancers we'll show you a bit later, and they'll do some tribute of their own, I'm sure. But I don't feel it. I'm going to fight with the ladies right now, the teen ladies, and we can fight afterwards. We can go Dragon Ball Z style. But Hero Fiends Tiffin, is this guy a heartthrob? Is he sexy to you? Is this the new look? The guy looks like a wax marionette doll.
Sometimes it's not about the look, but the character he plays.
Okay, so he's a bad boy. You're into bad boys then?
No, I'm saying it's just...
I'm making you defend yourself here, I'm sorry.
No, it's just like when a crush comes to an external person, you're like, well, I don't find that person attractive, but it's often the character.
And the circumstances that it was. You know, so the story starts with her going to college for the first time in the first movie. By the 4th movie, they seem like they're going steady already. It's high fantasy, clearly, because you have to believe that this boy is an author, which is to say he can string an English sentence together. I don't believe that at all from his acting. Shame. I'm picking a fight with teenagers here. But young adult, romance, if you're into this kind of thing. Really, guys? You have to be this clingy? You're going to have like a million other Hero Fiends Tiffins in your lives, hopefully. But hey, if it's up your alley, and if you like some more-blooded kind of like fun, then this is for you. Out today in South Africa.
Quick one. Do you have to have watched the other ones to make sense of this one?
You're talking about this like it's Shakespeare or something. I doubt it, really. It's just
a standalone on its own.
Flesh fest.
Flesh fest.
But I mean, look, I did a bit of reading myself. myself. Like, I've seen the names Harden, Landon, and Vance. Again, I feel like I'm having a stroke every time I read about After. I know the lore, I know the drama. I actually maybe feel a bit of FOMO, and that's my problem. I wish that I was like as much of a heartthrob as Hero Fiends Tiffin. Clearly, teens, come fight me. Terrible, but go watch it today.
Okay, well, JP, you're not going anywhere because I know you've got more to unpack. Raul's going to be chatting with you. Of course, this is your feel-good breakfast show. When JP Sebastian is here, he always brings his fun spice to his take on different movies. Yeah, you're always fun.